So, hi, Kat. Thank you so much for allowing me to do a video testimonial with you.
Sure.
Firstly, I'm just going to ask a simple question. What do you do and why did you decide to take up coaching with me?
What do? I am an academic by day and an artist in the evenings and the weekends and sometimes during the day as well. Took up coaching with you when my life looked very, very different, and I knew that I needed to work through some issues that I had around money. And I knew that I needed somebody who was going to help me work through the emotional and the spiritual side of that in particular.
Yeah. And what, I guess everyone wants to know this, what's your life like now, 6 months later, and before you started the coaching? What's the shift?
The two look very, very different. I feel very, very different. I now feel like I am living my own life rather than a life that I felt I was expected to live. So when I first started coaching with you, I identified very clearly as a reluctant academic. I had a sense that my 9-to-5 job wasn't something, I knew that my 9-to-5 job didn't really fulfill me. But I just had the sense that this is what I was expected to do. I had other things that I was doing outside of that work, creative practices, drawing and photography, but I certainly didn't define myself by those practices. And I was investing most of my time into my work, even though it wasn't making me very happy. I would say that now I fundamentally identify as an artist, and that's something that feels very, very natural for me, and that I'm really proud of, and I feel like I have become myself, or I've returned to myself. And day to day, that looks like I have much better boundaries around my paid work. I'm able to do what I need to do much more efficiently in that work. And I'm able to say no to the components of that work that are above and beyond what I need to do. And that, of course, gives me time to say yes to myself. And it has, saying yes to myself has looked like seeing myself now, but also seeing myself in the future, which is something I had never, ever been able to do. I can't say to you how profound that is. I don't know how I had managed to get a role as a senior lecturer and answer job interview questions that went along the lines of, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Because I never saw myself in the future.
Wow.
Now I know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah.
And I'm developing a career for myself in the arts. I am taking the bits of my current job that I've really, really loved, namely the teaching, and integrating that with my creative practice in a way that feels really true for me.
Yeah. And so the other big question that I'm sure people are asking is like, so how do you feel about your finances, your financial future? What's that looking like?
So I have a relationship with my finances, which didn't exist before. Small steps that mean big things. I check my bank balance almost every day.
Oh, guys, are you hearing this?
And it's routine that does not instill fear in me, even when I have invested large amounts of money in, for example, framing my artwork. Even when I've had big outgoings, I feel like in control of my financial life. I have given myself permission to spend money on myself and to enjoy the money that I have. I have, I've bought myself a holiday for the first time in my life.
I don't know about men, but most women, that comes up all the time.
Yeah, completely. That's been really special. And in terms of the future, I think when I've told people that I am wanting to make a life for myself in the creative arts, especially family members, their first response is, how are you going to survive? And I am totally convinced that I'm going to do more than just survive.
Thank you.
And yes, thank you. And that I'm going to make a living for myself in a way that is based on the things I really want to do. I'm creating a plan that is not based on a fear of failure. That feels, really big.
Yeah. So my last question, I guess this is another one, is what has the coaching process been like for you? People are so scared that it will escalate things, which it does, right? But what has it been like overall? Have you felt like you're just out there drowning on your own? What's the process been like?
So I felt very, very supported. I've really enjoyed the format. So a fortnightly session has worked really well for me in terms of having a long session with you that generates a lot of things that I want to work on. And 2 weeks being a good amount of time to really sink into all of the material that has come up. I found a regular practice easy to create within that space. It's something that it's a lot of work, but I could see the results after the first session. So it was it was easy to make my work with you a priority in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yes.
Okay, do you have anything else to add? I think that's just about all the questions I've got.
Do I have anything else to add?
Someone's wondering, oh, is this coaching thing worth it? Do you have anything to tell them or to add?
Oh, hell yeah, it's worth it. You know, when you told me the price, I got really quite anxious. And I took the plunge, and it is, with the exception of my car, the most expensive thing I've ever bought for myself. But it has given me more than a car could ever give me. Really. Like it's like if someone said to you, is it worth, like, it's worth finding out what the meaning of your life is, basically.
Yeah.
Like, how can you put a price on that if you have the means?
Oh, thank you so much, Kat. Working with you has been amazing. It's been incredible. I literally, and I am that coach who's like, oh my God, how did it go? How's the training going? How is everything?
Yeah.
I get overly excited and stuff, and this has been beautiful. Thank you for taking the time to answer my questions, and thank you for the most awesome 6 months of coaching. It's been great.
Yes, it's been a wild journey. Thank you so much. It's been a great one.
It's
Yeah.
a pleasure.